My guests are Joe Duffy, the Executive Director of Big Brothers and Big Sisters here in Delaware. He's right on my right here. And on my far right, we have Joe's little brother, Ramey Proton. Ramey's a 7th grader at St. Anne's. I want to welcome both of you to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have an idea as to what Big Brothers and Big Sisters is all about, but I know that our audience may not know. And why don't we first begin with you explaining what Big Brothers and Big Sisters is all about, Joe?
Sure. Well, we're one of over 450 Big Brother, Big Sister agencies throughout the country. And what we do is help establish friendships. Friendships between adult volunteers, who we refer to as Big Brothers or Big Sisters, and youngsters like Ramey from single-parent families. And our volunteers, our Big Brothers, our Big Sisters, meet with the youngster on a regular basis, usually a couple hours a week. And it's a situation where the youngster can learn a great deal from that relationship and grow in that relationship. And the volunteer also feels pretty good, and I can attest to that. I've been a Big Brother for 2.5 years, knowing that they've made really a positive contribution in the life of a child. That's what it's really all about, friendships.
Do you look mostly for single people?
No. As a matter of fact, we look for people as Big Brothers or Big Sisters who are over 18 or over, adults. And beyond that, we're looking for people who are caring, reliable, dependable people. We have Big Brothers who range from 18 to 72, married, single. Really runs the gamut. There's no typical Big Brother or Big Sister.
Do you have a waiting list, Joe, of children who...
We sure do. Right now we have 200 kids on a waiting list. 85% of those are boys. And I might add that we do have regional offices. We're located in 4 sites throughout Delaware, and also 1 site in Lower Shore, Maryland. And our largest number of youth on the waiting list is in Wilmington, where we have 80 youngsters.
Are most of the children, is the agency trying to set up children perhaps maybe whose parents work an awful lot and they don't have maybe the time to taking the child out maybe to the zoo or to a movie, and that's kind of like the void that Big Brothers and Big Sisters fill? Sure.
The key is these are youngsters, children from single-parent families. In 95% of the cases, we're talking about the head of the household being the mother. And as you can imagine, oftentimes the mother is working. She's got so many things to do, it's very difficult to give that extra time that you'd like to give to your child. And what Big Brothers Big Sisters tries to do is come in there and help fill that void as best we can.
I don't mean to leave you out of the conversation, Remy. You know how I got started with Joe. What have you gotten out of being a little brother and having Joe here as a big brother?
It's a lot of fun, because before, when my mom works, she works a lot, we couldn't do anything. I'd usually be with my friends a lot. Well, now we go to movies or basketball games and everything.
Do you have some friends maybe that also have Big Brothers or Big Sisters?
No, but there's a couple that want to be, have a Big Brother, like Stephen Lee. He's one of my friends. He has a mother who supports him.
Do you feel that you want to stay being a little brother for a while, for a long time?
Yes.
What sort of things have the 2 of you done together? He mentioned, I think, 2 things, but do you go away on trips together?
Yeah, we went to Hershey Park for 3 days. We went to
Sure, we do quite a bit. The idea is for the relationship to take its normal course, for the little brother to come into the everyday types of activities that the big brother or sister would be involved in. In my particular situation, my wife's involved as well. I've got a daughter and a son, 3 years old. My son's 3, and we pick Ramey up on a Saturday or Sunday, and Ramey does what the family does, and that could be picnic, going to the mall, a sporting event, or it could be a trip to my hometown, which is Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, for the weekend. So really, it's just a matter of bringing that youngster into your everyday life.
I'm just a little curious. I would imagine that the state takes some precautions in terms of checking out applicants who want to be Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And of course, I'm bringing this up with, all these recent cases of child abuse and sexual abuse and that sort of thing. Are there some precautions taken, or are they?
Sure. There is a rather detailed screening process that a potential big would go through. That involves an orientation to let that individual know what the program is all about, gives them the opportunity to ask questions, gives us an opportunity to ask questions. And then there's an application process which involves obtaining references, personal references from that potential applicant, and also an interview process that involves an office interview and a home interview. So we do a lot of checking, a lot of screening, really to find out as much as we can about the potential big brother or big sister, so that when we get to a point, if they're accepted into the program, we can make a match that's compatible with the youngster in terms of their interests and what they expect out of the program. And also for the purposes that you noted too, to make sure that we do have very dependable, reliable people who will make a real positive contribution in the life of a child.
So I take it you have a very good placement. You don't have any, what I'm saying is that you don't get someone who says, yeah, I want to be a big brother or big sister, and like 3 weeks later they say, gee, I don't want to do this anymore. No, we really try to prevent that. That's why we go through this screening process. A lot of it's an education on the program, what it's all about, what we'll do as a staff in supporting that relationship, so that by the time a match is made, chances are it's going to be a real solid one. All right. Well, I hate to catch you off, Joe, but we're running out of time here. I want to thank you, and I want to thank you, Ramey, for being on Focus Delaware, and more power to Big Brothers and Big Sisters. It sounds like you're doing a wonderful job. Thank you very much. And that's all our time. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Good night.